I feel like honestly, Black Clover is like for as good as this is, for as good as this arc is, Dante, all that. I feel like it's reaching a wall. Like I feel like I feel like Black Clover. Not to say that they're making the devils out to be like the Otsutsuki, but it's kind of coming off this way at this point because it seems like it's all about the different devils now. Like who who will be the next devil or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Uh,
Like I feel like they either need to change directions or like I don't know, expand the lore in some way or to just end it before it gets too stale, too repetitive.
I mean, the only thing that's different is like the nature. Like when you think of a Suski, you think of God, but when you think of devil, you think of something menacing. Kind of weird.
But the devils are still pretty much the gods of that universe.
Yeah, but the only thing is like when you again like when you look at a Kaguya or Jigen or like they don't really show they like they don't really show that much emotion in terms of like we never seen Kaguya act out of character to a point where she's like well other than the whole Naruto sexy jutsu like we
She started
haven't
crying. She started crying when she saw Sasuke and Naruto.
yeah but even then like her being a godly entity like she was just crying because those are her sons like and again in some godlike way that really like stuck well with her character so like that makes sense high key it's different for like the devils because like they're kind of like Jugo in a sense like they're impulsive as
Like
fuck
curses.
yeah like they're impulsive as fuck but like just the manner of how they do things like you could tell they have a plan but like they don't really give a fuck about how they really like go forth the plan with Kaguya and all the Suskis like they kind of just come in do XYZ and then fail.
I mean, but the Suskis, like it's pretty simple with them as well. Like they just come in and just want to take the chakra back. Is basically all they doing. All the devils really want to do is just destroy humanity. It's no, they haven't really gotten to the reason why yet or anything like that. They just hate humans.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel like
I mean they're different characters but they're like initially the same villain.
yeah. I mean, but like that's the same with the Otsutskis. Like they each have their own different character, but at the end of the day, they're still like the same villain, really.
Yeah.
Somebody here that's just trying to steal chakra. But what I'm saying is that I feel like Black Clover is going down a dangerous route because I'm not going to say that I wasn't into this chapter as much as I should have been. Are you finished yet? Did you
Yeah, I finished it.
is it over? I'm not going to say I wasn't into like Yami's fight and Asta coming back. Like of course that was badass and I can't wait for the anime to do that part. But I feel like it's getting to be real Boruto-ish and it happened so quickly. Like after the whole thing with the elves ended, like I don't know how to put it. I just feel like introducing the devil set a bad precedent for all the rest of the villains because I feel like all the rest of the villains is just going to be devils now, just different devils.
Yeah. I mean we still haven't gotten to like what Asta's devil is. Like we still haven't even gotten that identity. I mean, I don't know. I think like once the arc is over, and we have like revelation on like Asta's devil in general, then I think we will be done with the whole devil aspect of it. I mean, I don't know, cause
And
I
I feel
mean,
like at that point, that's some like end game shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like at that point, like where would the story really go? We figured out the secret behind Asta's power.
yeah, and the
Then what?
opposite of devils are pretty much elves. So
Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. I don't know, but I'm seeing the way that it's going.
because they can't go up further because I mean they already introduced the elves when it came to ending of the first season. So like I feel like if they would have kept the elves out of it and introduced them later after this arc, that made sense. But only because like it's like, all right, if you have if you have a Suski and then after a Suski you have like something that's opposite or similar in power but just different overall, like a cyborg, like a cybernetic ninja that could literally use any jutsu ever made in his disposal, like something like that, it could work. But because the elves kind of already had their thing and it's no more of that, it's like, what else can you do other than the devils? Because other kingdoms aren't even on the magnitude of the eight kingdoms. So
I mean, what if they did introduce like some kind of like deity figure? You know, like it's a I don't know where the story will go from there. You could either have the deity like that basically I guess betrayed the holy land wherever they come from and he became a devil, or you could have some kind of war between the gods and the devils. I don't know. Like, cause I mean, there's been so many talk about devils, but what about the angels? Like, why isn't there?
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like if they had like a kind of like to me, like elves are the closest things to angels. I mean, I don't like if they did have angels. I mean, it would feel more like Seven Deadly Sins if they introduced angels. That would be like a bad kind of way to go about it. Like it wouldn't fit right. Like I feel like because it's all about magic and like it's like once you start introducing, well, I don't know. I mean, it had to come from somewhere,
I don't
but
know. I'm
then it
just
come
trying
from
to
elves.
what the magic.
Yeah, like then the what is it? The grimoire started from the elves because they had the same grimoire.
I think it's something like that.
Like
I know the four leaf clover
it was on
came
Lick.
from the elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but because they who was it? Who was the guy that was it Lumiere? That was the brother of Lick's wife.
Yeah.
Like he had magic already.
Yeah. They all have magic.
Let me look it up. Where did magic originate in Black Clover? Because honestly, I don't think it was ever like explained.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it was just a grimoire that was explained. But even then, I don't know. Because they, like during the whole uprising, they were saying that, grimoires came from our kingdom or our realm or blah 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 and whole shtick.
I guess we're getting into a whole discussion of where mana came from, because that's the first thing that came up.
Yeah, basically.
It's a form of energy that exists in nature and within people. So I mean, I'm not gonna read like this whole thing, but
But basically, it originated out of everything. It's within everything. It's energy itself. It's like chakra.
kind of like, yeah, spirit energy.
Dude, it's chakra. So,
I don't know.
nigga, it's fucking Nen. You feel me? It's Nen. It's motherfucker. How far are you in?
I mean, at the end of the day, aren't this? I mean, well, I'll get to that, but at the end of the day, isn't this all just ki? At the end of the day,
Yeah, basically. Well, ki is energy. It's different from life energy.
I'm just saying ki because ki. I think I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball was the first Jump series to introduce besides like basic, like real life martial arts, like spirit training, like in terms of physical manifesting energy, I think Dragon Ball was the first one to do it. So
because it wasn't really like life energy though. It was like it was different. Like I don't know.
Spirit energy.
I don't know, cause like like alright, when we talk about spirit energy, like ki doesn't go in the Denki Dama. Like it's all just life force. Like he can't turn Super Saiyan because the malice. So it's like with ki,
but that's like
you can't really like just like it's.
But you can't say that a Kamehameha is life energy.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, that's like spirit energy. The same. You could like same classification as like Yusuke Spirit Gun, the Rasengan.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say like Yo-Yo Hakusho pretty much is like a perfect example. More perfect example because like they actually like spirit energy was like the only thing within it. Like everyone can access it, but you will only have to access it within like certain means, you know, like a hunter. But
even that was still like a couple years after
Dragon Ball. Yeah, but they didn't really specify. Like ki is very different than life energy.
I mean, yeah, they didn't really explain it until like Gohan was like training Videl into how to like use that, how to like use her ki. But I mean, theoretically, the idea was always there. So it just never said it. But in terms of Hunter x Hunter, I mean, bro, I'm gonna be honest.
Fell off.
I haven't been watching it. No, it's not that I fell off. It's just because getting ready for these next few videos, like I'm gonna be honest, bro. Nobody's been asking for Hunter x Hunter. I'm gonna be honest. So right now I'm watching Code Geass, like I said, and Gintama. And it's like 300 plus episodes of Gintama to get through. So, I mean, like, if I'm trying to get this list done by like August, September, look, bro, Hunter x Hunter got to be put on the back burner for a second.
Got that.
But where I left off was I basically was where I was at before. I just watched like that next episode and that was pretty much it.
So you haven't gotten to the spider arc or none of that?
Nope, but I did watch a video about Naruto and Sasuke versus Gon and Killua made by my man Seth the Programmer. And yep, that basically spoiled a bunch of shit. Kite's death, the fact that Gon gets his adult transformation because of that. Yeah. Killua's Godspeed and just all of his feats with that. Everything about Meruem, all that shit. Basically everything about the Chimera Ant arc I got spoiled for. Oh well.
I don't think Gon could beat Naruto. Well, no. I don't see that at all. Not even. Well, shit.
When I got to the end of it, my consensus was it's basically whoever gets mad first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Cause like
if Gon gets angry and he uses his adult form, he could squash Naruto and Sasuke. If Naruto gets angry first, the Nine Tails destroys everybody.
I don't know. I have to go back and watch. Forgot his name. The King Ant The one that look like Frieza, that nigga is OP as fuck. Like, man, the fight that he had, honestly, when you really saw his true potential, or his true strength, like, that whole fight was blowing my mind. Like, I was like, I don't think, like, they're on Dragon Ball level. Like,
I wouldn't say all that.
no. I don't think Super Saiyan Goku could even beat him. To be honest, like, I don't.
I haven't even watched it, and I wouldn't even say all that.
Well, look, bro. Man, look, you just have to
like
watch the fight.
I'll digress because I don't really have any valid points. But I will say this: I think Killua could definitely beat Sasuke.
You're fucking tripping. Out of anyone, Killua can't beat Sasuke.
Kid Sasuke, why couldn't he?
Oh, Kid Sasuke? Yeah, Killua.
Yeah, this is
Sasuke.
this is going in Killua versus Part 1 Naruto and Sasuke before the 2-year time skip.
Oh well, Gon could definitely beat Naruto without a fight, and Killua could definitely beat Sasuke. Definitely.
Oh hell nah! You underestimate the Nine Tails power.
The Nine Tails power doesn't even work unless Naruto is like dead.
What? Did you forget when he raged out against Jiraiya and nearly killed Jiraiya?
That's afterwards. That's like.
I mean, it's still
like
Kid Naruto though.
You want to count that? I mean, I kind of.
It was during the training, but Naruto was still basically the same age. I'm talking pre-Shippuden Naruto. That like shit like that still kind of counts.
He's still a teen. Yo, to me, because that was the point where he had to change his gi into the black and orange. So like, I guess he needed new outfits anyway. So like, you could tell he was a lot older, but.
And like that's just one point, but I don't even think Gon could adult Gon. I don't think that he could tank what's that Nine Tails Rasengan that Naruto used against Sasuke in the Final Valley. I don't think that Gon could. I'm not gonna say he would die, but he wouldn't be able to just take that attack and just you know what I'm saying? That would definitely fuck Gon up.
Yeah, the nigga had a whole shield. I mean, Gon is still mortal. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga still had his arm cut off by a fucking lifeless cat. Like, the nigga can still get injured, you know? Like, it's not, you know, he's not God, but, you know, I don't know. I mean, at that point, no. I don't think, well, I don't know.
That's why I say it's all about who gets angrier first. You know what I'm saying? Because
to be honest, Gon could beat Naruto if it's a straight fight, no matter what. Just because Gon could really one-shot Naruto before Naruto even gets serious with Gon.
You saying taking out all transformations, just base Gon versus base Naruto?
Yeah.
I say it's even. I haven't watched enough Hunter x Hunter to say.
You haven't read the manga
definitively.
Either.
I can't say definitively which one would come out on top, but yeah, it's about even. But the reason why I say Killua could defeat Sasuke though is because compared to Godspeed, Sasuke's only like comparison to that speed wise would be the Chidori, but he can only even use that a handful of times at that age.
He can only use it twice.
3 times if you know what I'm saying, if his back is against the wall, but it's still like
you shouldn't do see me on.
It still wouldn't really make a difference because Killua could definitely like he could outspeed both. Well, I'm not gonna say both Naruto and Sasuke. He could outspeed Sasuke, but not Nine Tails Naruto.
You don't think so? You're underestimating Godspeed.
But Nine Tails Naruto though?
You're underestimating Godspeed. See, I told you.
You're underestimating the Nine Tails chakra, like.
Nah, bro, I'm not underestimating the Nine Tails chakra at all. The one thing that I've been telling you from the beginning when Jump Force came out was the whole fact that like Godspeed is untouchable. Like we had this discussion about Damn. Damn, yo. How long has it been since I watched Bleach? I don't even know the fucking characters. Yoruichi. Yoruichi, Speed versus Killua. And I was like, to be honest, again, it's only because I read the manga, so like I know Killua's like current level. No one's touching him with Godspeed, like at all. Like I said, Gother. Gother is the smartest anime character that I've ever witnessed.
Here we go with this shit again.
No. But even then, like, all right. So without spoiling it, it's basically like.
I mean, let's be real. It's gonna be a couple months before I watch Seven Deadly Sins, so you could just go ahead.
All right. So basically, it happened 3,000 years ago, and it was a war between the mortals, the angels, the demons, and the other mythical creatures, the elves, giants, shit like that. Gother, and the picture of Gother isn't the real Gother, first of all. That's a doll. But he was using that doll to act as his own will, basically. And he was using the doll for his eyes and ears. And basically, like, and again, Gother was in prison in the demon realm next to the Demon King. So he really couldn't make a mistake. He couldn't really do anything, but you know, his ability is memory. He could distort your memory, take away your memory, etc., etc. So with that, it's like he used memory. And every character, like you have the archangels, which are the most OP set of characters, other than Meliodas, which is fucking power scale alone. But the simple fact that you have,
I may not watch the series, but I've been hearing a lot of shit about people bigging up Meliodas in terms of being like
is a fucking
top
demon.
5 strongest characters ever. Like,
yeah, nigga's a demon. Like it's crazy on how, like, okay, and yo, high key, like, I love Meliodas for this. The simple fact that, you know, he, like, okay, he fell in love with this angel, and this is where it all started. He fell in love with this angel. Why do people keep sending me the game invite? Yo, oh my god, stop, motherfucker. So it started with Meliodas loving this angel called Elizabeth. And her mother and Meliodas' father is the Demon King. I forgot the name, because she's not God, but I don't know what she wanted to call it. She's an archangel, but she's the arc of the arcs. So the two basically formed a union. So you basically have God and the devil make a pact into punishing Meliodas and Elizabeth. Elizabeth can't die. Well, she dies, but not until she regains her memory. And 2 days later, she always dies and get reincarnated. But Meliodas doesn't die, right? So Meliodas lives and falls in love with Elizabeth over and over and over, and watches her die over and over and over. Until this one point, a demon kills Elizabeth, and he completely blacks out, and it's like a big crater in the ground. And at that point, they had to take Meliodas' like power away. He was still OP, but they took basically all his power, right? Throughout all that, you watch season 1, you watch season 2. The nigga is literally defeating demons on the level of I would say season one demon and all the characters are kind of like on the level of, I say Frieza level at best. Like it doesn't like they don't go over Frieza, like not by a lot. Anyway, it's not like they're Cell, but um, you know, after all that, the Ten Commandments, which is the people that were right behind Meliodas. Meliodas has two brothers. Well, he technically has one brother, but the other brother is an angel, which he got his memory taken by Gother. The key reason of how he ended the war. But basically, you know, with all that, it's like Meliodas couldn't stand a chance against all 8 of them. But yet, he got his power back and literally shut everything down. Like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But basically, every time he dies, he can die. But every time he does die, the Demon King takes his emotion away little by little. So basically, becoming the old demon Meliodas, which is the all big and bad, basically. That's what people big up, the big and bad Meliodas. But you know what I'm saying? He's just an Uchiha. It's okay.
Oh shit! 7 Deadly Sins ended this year. I see.
Yeah, it ended. I'm hoping they kind of do a Boruto, because they ended it off with.
Nah, you don't gotta go that far, my nigga. Come on.
Okay, buddy.
He gave me a whole plot breakdown. Now, all right, like I gotta draw a line. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like at a certain point, it's too many spoilers. Like I don't need to know the last panel or the last chapter, my guy.
Yeah, man, if you say so, you know, I'm just telling you what you need to know.
But the reason why I brought that up is because honestly, I haven't like mentioned this to you in the lead up to this podcast or anything, but it's been something really weighing on my mind, bro. Like you got all these crazy successful series and Shonen Jump ending right now. Haikyuu's on its way out the door. Promised Neverland is out. Demon Slayer is out. Even the great One Piece is winding down within the next 5 to 10 years, possibly. Like I'm just trying to figure out the big question of the day is what is going to be Jump's next huge breakout hit. Like what is going to be like in the way that One Piece and Naruto carried Jump for decades, Bleach to a lesser extent, the way that Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho and what else was like really popular in the 90s. I don't know. I wasn't really into much at the time, but like you get what I'm saying. Like what is the next true like flagship series for Jump? Demon Slayer had it for a minute, but it ended too quickly. So it's like, you know, are long stories dead?
Yeah, I would say, because in my opinion, I don't think My Hero is gonna last over 3 years. Like I think like the anime will produce whatever's left with the manga, but I think the manga is going to either end within next year or the year after next year. I don't see it lasting that long.
See, I was gonna say that My Hero would be the one, you know, not just because of how popular it is and how similar it is to Naruto in some ways, but because like the whole superhero thing, the whole explosion of Marvel and comics in the West, My Hero, like I think as of today is probably one of, if not the most popular series in the West. So
I think JoJo is right now.
But even JoJo's like that's been going on. That's been going on, like, and that's just the anime though. So I feel you in that sense.
No, the
like,
manga.
In terms of
the manga outsold. I believe the manga did over 200 million.
But the manga's been in serialization since the 80s. So it's like you can't really count that because that's been around forever.
Yeah.
I'm saying like something like when you think about the new like class of shonen, like you got My Hero, Black Clover, Boruto, Jujutsu Kaisen, Doctor Stone, like that kind of stuff.
Do you think that Dr. Stone is gonna last?
I mean, it might. I just read while I was waiting. I just read the most recent chapter, and honestly, it might last. I'll say like how you were saying with My Hero, probably like another year or two. Depending on how this arc ends and what the next arc after this will be, because obviously without going into too many spoilers, like at this point in the series, Senku is really like he's really like met his match. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really so much about Senku rebuilding civilization as it is now just, and I'm saying it can is like now that Senku's shown how smart he is, like now somebody is actually challenging him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It seems like it's all coming to a head in the series, but I don't know. I feel like Doctor Stone is so slept on because it's different. It's not the traditional battle manga like My Hero and Black Clover are, and like I don't know why it's so overlooked. Maybe it's because it doesn't have that action factor really, but like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Doctor Stone deserves more love.
I mean, I don't know
But
because I mean, when you really look at it, like when you look at Death Note really doesn't have action. But the only form of action that I remember is, you know, just the IQ battles that they had, and like to be honest, I think that's exactly what I think. Like in terms of element wise, I think it's in the same category as a Death Note.
still though, for the same, and I get what you're saying for that sense, but that's why I feel like Doctor Stone could never be the flagship series for Jump, because for as legendary and iconic as Death Note is,
Death
it
Note
was
wasn't.
never. It was never the flagship series. Because when Death Note was out, that was when Naruto Shippuden was like king. One Piece was already like king.
Yeah, it wasn't
So it's
until it like got finished that everyone like it's like everyone's top anime, but not like within the moment. I think like in terms of longevity, I think it would take its time.
it was it probably was never the flagship series because it was so short. It was only like a maybe 100 chapters. So like in that sense, but like I'm not saying that we need to have like another One Piece. Like nothing will ever come as close to what One Piece has done. 20 years on top of the game, right? But like just another series for like the next decade. We're in the 2020s now. Another series to take us into the 2030s as like this is Jump. This is the series that everyone knows and loves, and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to put it. Like a series that's at the forefront and can consistently remain there. The same way that One Piece or Naruto did for so long.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird when people tell me about One Piece being so big because like when you talk about One Piece to like the large percent of people who watch anime, they don't talk about One Piece. Like
But that's because it's not that popular in the West. That's really like One Piece's only thing is that it was never as popular in America as the other two big three, Naruto and Bleach. But I mean, like undeniably, like the numbers speak for themselves. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's just weird that like you really can't like find people who really stuck with One Piece and honestly just stuck with it. A lot of people will tell you like, oh yeah, like I watched One Piece when it came out on Toonami, but in terms of the manga, like it's rare.
I feel like that's part of the problem too, though. Like, I think it's two problems with the reason why a lot of people didn't get into One Piece over here. One is probably like you said, a lot of people started watching it on Toonami, like me, and eventually fell off because the 4 Kids dub was either so trash or because they just never continued it, you know?
Yeah.
And then by the time they did, like years pass and they want to get back into One Piece, now it's like 700, 800 episodes to get through. It scares them away.
Yeah, that's fast.
I put off One Piece for years just because it was so many episodes to get through.
I stayed with One Piece. Like I've been the main one telling people like, because recently someone told me about like they just got put onto One Piece, like the anime, and I was like, when I told you when like we were on FaceTime like all those years back, and I told you what I was watching and how it's really good, no one really like listened. But I mean, I don't know, because I do know a couple people that actually still watch One Piece, like, well, not watch One Piece, but read the manga and stuff. Like, I still get surprised by that. I'm not gonna count.
Yeah, I mean, One Piece is definitely. I will say this as like firsthand experience. Anybody out there that hasn't read or watched One Piece right now, bro, you really sleeping. Like, it's pretty. Like Scott said, telling people a bunch of times, year after year, it's like sound like a broken record. One Piece is great. One Piece is great. But look, bro, when you look at it, it's almost 1,000 chapters. It's 900 episodes of One Piece. It is scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just when people watch the anime, it's a lot to take in because like the episodes, like again, Gear 8, Gear 4, hell, even Gear 2, because Gear 2 was my favorite at that time. Definitely with the whole.
Just say Gear 8.
Did I say Gear 8? I meant Gear 4. Gear 2 was my favorite during the whole bring back fucking
talking about Ennie's Lobby, bringing back Robin.
Yeah, how did I forget her fucking
fight
name?
Against CP9?
Yeah, and the fucking tiger, like that whole
my guy Lucci.
Bro, that whole thing, I was like, yeah.
Do you think we're gonna get a Luffy and Lucci rematch? Because Rob Lucci's in CP0 now.
I don't know, because I doubt it, to be honest. Like, it wouldn't be as appealing. Like, I think people will just like kind of like feel like it's going to be one-sided.
I feel like he might get like thrown to that. That's even if CP0 ends up showing up at any point in the series. I feel like they will, just because like One Piece isn't the kind of series to just introduce things and forget about them. But I feel like if they do come back, he might get like Sanji's gonna fight him or something.
Yeah, to be honest, that's not like, Luffy. I doubt it'll be like.
It's not even worth Luffy's time anymore. Luffy's a Yonko now. Like he is different echelon of fights now.
Yeah, to be honest. But I'm not gonna cap. Kaido's offspring might be Bay. No cap.
Yo, I told you, bro. I told you.
Like
Yamato, yo.
I really was like, and like as she was talking about like, oh, he might be. Like, just the similarities between him and Ace, I was like, yeah, this is my shit. Yep, you're bae. You met Tosa?
You think Yamato and Ace fuck?
Low key, they had to.
A little Ace baby?
They had to, yo. Because like, my man really left an impression, like, and he was there for a majority of the time. So it's like, yeah, it made sense.
That's if they're like similar age. I'm gonna see how old
Ace should be.
Ace is only 2 years older than Luffy.
Yeah.
A couple years older.
Yeah, she doesn't look that much older than Luffy. She only looks like a year older, or they're actually the same age.
I don't know, cause wasn't she around for? She was alive when they killed Odin, I think, and that was. like 20 years ago. That's what they said in the chapter.
Really? So she's like,
Yeah, she was there because she looked up to Odin, remember? And then she was there for when he died.
so she's basically like the still
She
bad.
got to be at least 20 something.
Yeah, still bad. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's not giving me an age. I see Japanese name. I see the Romanized name, the English name, the debut, the alias status. Nothing about an age here. So I guess that's gonna be like a mystery to come out.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
we might get like a flashback arc, or not an arc, but like a couple of chapters about Ace's time in Wano.
Yeah, I hope, cause I really miss Ace, to be honest. I'm still saddened by
Yeah,
by that whole arc, to be honest.
man, I like Ace as much as the next guy, but Sabo is the best brother, bro.
I don't care what you said, alright?
Sabo is the best brother.
No.
So I mean, look, I'll just different strokes, because honestly, the only reason why I like Sabo more is because of his backstory. I'm a sucker for the I was born into nobility, and they forcing me into this life that I don't agree with, so I'm just gonna rebel. Like I mean, that's me at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's not a badass like Ace, bro. Ace really just never gave a fuck and just had his own like vision. Just like, alright, like if it wasn't for Ace, Luffy wouldn't even be Luffy.
True. Because he
Like,
did model himself. Well, that's because they spent so much time together after they thought Sabo died.
mm, yeah, that's true. But even then, like, I don't know. Like when it comes to Ace, in my opinion, it's like, hmm, it's like Ace is like a Madara to Luffy Obito. Like I feel as though like Ace had the wheels in motion, like him becoming a pirate, him doing X, Y, Z, how he lived his life. Like, and again, it wasn't just Ace because you had Shanks and all the pirates that was with Shanks that kind of like helped Luffy, like formed him being a pirate king. Like it was a lot. So but
So here's a what if scenario for you. If Sabo didn't quote unquote die, um, do you think that him and Ace would have sailed off at the same time and Sabo would have joined the Whitebeard Pirates?
no,
Do you think they would have been on different crews?
mm, yeah, definitely.
Or do you think Sabo would still somehow make his way to the Revolutionary Army or something?
I don't think he would have if Ace was like. I think he would like just follow Ace, to be honest.
I feel like he would have. I don't know
Why?
how he would. No, I feel like at some point they would have developed a rivalry. I'm not saying they would have become enemies, but like at a certain point, I feel like Sabo or Ace, one of them would have been like, all right, like, I get that we're brothers and all this, but we got to go our separate ways and grow on our own, and kind of like similar to how like Shanks did with Luffy. Like they give each other a Viver card or some kind of souvenir and be like, in a couple years, come back, return this to me, and when we're like really powerful warriors and stuff.
Yeah, I get
Like
that.
that whole brotherhood respect thing. Like, all right, I'm gonna let you be your own man now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like Shanks and I mean not Shanks, because Ace. I don't know.
I mean, it's a what if scenario, so like literally, for all I care, Sabo probably could have just I don't know, went back to his home or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm just like, because like him and Ace like really were like him and Luffy obviously are brothers, but him and Ace were like best friends. Like, so I feel as
Yeah,
though
they were like it was them two before Luffy. Like Luffy was trying to
yeah,
become friends with them.
yeah, for real. But only because Luffy is like was younger. It just he's my older brother, so it makes sense for because you're my younger brother. You should have your own your own path and your own lifeline. But for your brother, like or not your brother, but like your best friend, like someone that is like closer in terms of gap, like it would just make more sense for him to be with Ace.
True. I also feel like another reason why I prefer Sabo over Ace is because, like, when I was binging through One Piece, like, I feel like Ace was only there for, like, a couple of episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I only really have, like, 3 memories of Ace. It was when he first showed up in Alabasta, when he fought Blackbeard, and then his death. Like, it's pretty much it.
To be honest, I mean, he didn't really have much of a presence until like later on in the series, and like by the time like so much has passed that we kind of forgot about Ace. So there's that.
I feel like if there was anything that I could have changed about One Piece, it should have been more Ace. Either he shouldn't have died that soon, or he like at least have an arc with him,
He basically did, Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't really call the flashback an arc, but I mean, that whole flashback of just Ace lifestyle before, kind of like made. It was kind of like a more of a Itachi story.
Man, I'm just trying to see a Gum Gum Flame Fist. That's it.
Shit, but I don't know. But I ain't gonna cap. I told the future when I said that my man One For All is the clear. Well, that will kill my debate because he, in my opinion, will be smarter than Gother. But
is he really though? Well, that's like a different kind of smart though. Like One For All, yeah, he's incredibly like cunning and like a real villainous villain. But like Gother, all the people that was on that picture that I sent you of who's the smartest anime character, like that's all like book smart, science smart, like technology and data and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just no technology and what's it called? 7 deadlies, so it's just a little different.
What the hell? What was I about to say about the My Hero chapter?
Oh, I was right. I was right about. Well, not. I wasn't technically right about it, but the whole part where I said One For All might be the mastermind. Like he might be the mastermind in this whole ordeal, and Shigaraki might be the puppet.
So what do you think he's trying to do? You think he's trying to truly groom Shigaraki to become the greatest villain ever, or you think he's just going to take all of his powers?
To be honest,
you think he's going to take all of his powers Kaguya style and absorb him?
To be honest, I think that would be too cruel. Only because like Shigaraki, his character isn't to replace One For All, it's to be better than One For All. So like a perfect successor is Shigaraki. So in that point, like, it would just be a little bit strange for One For All to truly take Shigaraki's body. I mean, for all we know, to be honest, it could be the same thing as Deku with the whole powers and him having dreams of the other successors of All for One. Like, it could just be that. To be honest, I don't think it's necessarily like, you know, he like One for All is trying to become Shigaraki. You know, but if he does,
I mean, yeah, not become Shigaraki,
good.
but he can still take his quirk to decay everything around him.
No, bro. Again, the way he was talking, like the memories that was surging through his mind, like it just made it feel like, again, Obito, I am Madara type kind of thing, but more complex. Like it was more of, I am One for All. Like my consciousness is being poured into you, like Kaguya or Susuke. You know what I'm saying? Jigen type. Like if anything, it could be that, and honestly, it could be, you know, foreshadow for Deku and Shigaraki fight to truly be One for All versus his brother. That could be a cool take, but I don't know.
Look, man, all I know is that Endeavor finally did something.
Man,
finally did something of importance.
I've been saying from the get, Endeavor has been doing everything that All Might would have been doing. But people cling to the OP first to 2 years of like being a hero when it comes to All Might. Like All Might was the symbol of peace for like how many years? Like 4?
Forever.
5?
Not forever. But yeah, it was a long time.
It was only like 4 or 5. Like my man was, oh no, because he got injured, I want to say, when he was like 20, in his like late 20s.
And didn't he have like whole like stages, like the Silver Age, the Golden Age? So like, I mean, that got to be longer than 10 years.
How old do you think All Might is right now? You think he's like 40?
Probably late 30s, early 40s.
Because I would say, like, during the whole, like, the movie kind of showed, like, the backstory of All Might. Like, he was in his 20s when he moved to America and became a hero, and then he moved back to Japan. So, I mean, once he moved back to Japan, I would say he would be, like, 21-ish. So, he would have a decade to be a hero, be the symbol of peace. But like the thing about it is like, I don't know, cause like if you have Shigaraki who is on the level of All Might without his quirks, even with his quirks, like I don't even think Prime All Might would even stand a chance.
Against who? What? Huh?
Shigaraki.
I was against. I mean, well, you said Prime All Might.
Yeah, because I mean, Prime All Might. I mean, yeah, he defeated All for One, but to what extent? He was injured and could only use his quirk for an hour.
Exactly. So if he was Prime, he would have mopped the floor with One for All.
How?
All for One.
You got damage within. You had one thing. He inflicted one thing. And we don't know if that was intentional or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, for all we know, because even then, All for One was never defeated, truly. Like, he was within the shadows. You know what I'm saying? He got beaten up real bad. He got beaten up real bad. To the point where he needed a mask. He needed certain things. The nigga didn't even have a face. You feel me? So it's like, he was beaten bad. Yes, but like, I don't even think.
And that was with a severely weakened limited All Might.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was 100%.
You're talking about.
I'm talking about before. I'm talking about before all that. I'm talking about like the Prime All Might and Prime All for One. Like the shit that made All Might fear All for One. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally. You may have won the fight, but you have lost the war because you cannot sustain your quirk.
I say, yeah, Shigaraki now, you know what I'm saying, he would definitely be All Might. Shigaraki from the beginning of the series when his only quirk was to decay everything around him. Nah. But Shigaraki now, hell yeah, because I don't think anybody could defeat Shigaraki alone at this point.
But I'm saying, like, Prime All for One. I mean, not Prime All for One. Prime All Might. Like, I think he can beat Shigaraki, but I don't really think he can really beat Shigaraki.
Not by himself.
Yeah, not by himself.
In that sense, I would say, yeah, he's similar to Endeavor. Because Endeavor can't beat Shigaraki by himself. But with the help of, you know what I'm saying, Deku and Bakugo and Gran Torino and Aizawa, yeah, sure.
But even then, you have to note that Shigaraki only have, 8 quirks? Does he? How many quirks does Shigaraki even have?
I don't know. I took like a couple weeks off. I wasn't reading My Hero for a long time. I just kind of came back and Shigaraki had all the quirks.
Wow.
So I mean, do you think the battle is winding down? Because like the way that the chapter ended, it seemed like Endeavor and Bakugo had Shigaraki kind of pinned down. You know, it seemed like they got their plan all together. 6 quirks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Aizawa can't blink, but that's cool because we got everybody else fighting. You know, and then they switched over.
And the All for One has thousands. So, and All Might couldn't even truly defeat him or capture him. So, interesting.
I don't think Shigaraki's done.
Yeah, no. Like he has 6 quirks, so I definitely feel like he's gonna have more. I mean, Deku has 6 right now. That manifested, seemingly. But it's not like he could do anything with it.
Bro, honestly, I ain't really like noticed it until now, but I'm kind of just flipping through the chapter. I feel like Gran Torino gonna die, bro.
How do you feel? Why Gran Torino?
I'm not just saying that because he's an old man. I mean, it's like 70% of the reason why I'm saying this is because he's an old man. But, like, I feel like Shigaraki's definitely going to attain one more quirk out of this whole situation going on right now. And I feel like out of all of the quirks, it might be Gran Torino's. Even though he technically already has it from All Might's quirk.
I mean, he doesn't really have. I mean, what is Gran?
I'm not gonna say he doesn't have the jet quirk.
Yeah, he could like just bounce off shit, right?
Well, it's probably going. If Shigaraki was to get it, for example, I guess it would just make him faster, if anything.
I mean, I don't think so because like, how would you use it? Like, it's only good in confined spaces, so. I mean, it will
make him faster because I think it's not faster than One for All, but it's like about the same. It's like the closest thing he could get to One for All without literally taking Midoriya's quirk.
How? He can only move fast, but that's not even in the magnitude of One for All because All for One because I said One for All. I switched that up.
Yeah, I get confused too. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Because they both start with All, but like I don't like. Deku could match him on 25%, so in my opinion, that would be like 50%. I mean, yeah, it would be close, but 50%. That's like
That who can
50%.
match who?
Well, he can't match Gran Torino, but in terms of like what we
He can keep
saw,
up with him.
yeah. So like that's why I'm adding the 50%. Like I feel as though Gran Torino is like a 50% of the ability. I don't think he's 70 or even 60. So if you wanted to take a power, to be honest, I would take Aizawa's power. So if anyone has to die, it would probably be Aizawa.
But I don't think Aizawa's gonna die.
I mean, how do you know that? The man hasn't even blinked. How do you know once he blinked, then he'll just take Aizawa because
He
Aizawa is
gotta
the
keep
key.
teaching the kids, bro.
No, but Aizawa is literally the key to defeat him. So on some Jigen, I have to take out Sasuke because he serves the most threat.
I don't know, man. Who? All I'm saying is, who is going to take attendance for Class 1A if Aizawa is dead? What? Will All Might be their teacher then?
Mm,
That would be kind of lit, actually. I wouldn't mind that.
yeah, but it's not like they would. I don't know. Like Aizawa's like a Kakashi, so it's like. I mean, I guess but it's just different. Like, who would be Yamato? Like, who would be the head of Team Seven? Like,
Uh, I don't know. The only person that comes to my mind is Present Mike. Present Mike or Midnight
yeah,
or
I
All
don't
Might.
know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
All
know.
I'm saying, My Hero went on a break this week, same as One Piece. So obviously, there's no new content to talk about there. But like, I don't know, man. I certainly don't think that it's over. Like, I feel like the next chapter that comes out is going to be Shigaraki's counterattack, if you will.
Yeah, I feel like someone's gonna die, and I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
somebody's
it's
definitely biting
Aizawa.
the bullet.
I feel like it has to be Aizawa.
I'm paying 15 on Gran Torino. I almost said Gran Turismo. Gran Torino.
Gran Torino. I don't think Gran Torino's gonna die though, because if he was gonna die, I would honestly say he would have to die during the All for One fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just because he brought up Nana so much in the fight while he was fighting against Shigaraki, like what if he just brings up Nana's name and then Shigaraki just snaps like not necessarily like don't mention my grandmother or something like that, but like
So
was
basically,
it was it a
replace All Might into what he was trying to do, for like basically, if All Might was in this situation or just the setting of the battle alone, I feel like All Might would definitely try to play psychological games with him in terms of trying to, bring him back into, this is not what your grandma had wanted, blah blah blah. I was the master of her, etc., stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't think that like because again like Gran Torino was the one that was saying like he's going to kill you. Like I don't.
what if he goes for Aizawa and Gran Turismo? I said it again. And Gran Torino uses it as like he uses himself as a shield. He basically sacrifices himself for Aizawa so
I
that they
see
can
him
escape or
sacrificing
something.
himself for Midoriya, if anyone.
Yeah, I mean, well, it would be Midoriya in a way, I guess. Protecting Aizawa for the sake of protecting Midoriya. I don't know. All I'm saying is that, look, man, I'm looking for the next Jump masterpiece. And while you say that My Hero will end within the next couple of years, I feel like it's on its way to becoming that flagship series that Jump has been looking for. It just needs like another 5 years minimum to like really like make it explode, you know? Like, can you imagine how popular My Hero is going to be once this arc gets animated? If the manga is over at that point, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you ripped the rug right underneath it when it was starting to really get huge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't know though. Like, all right, the hype for My Hero. Honestly, I feel though it died after season one. Like, just how it.
Ooh, I heavily disagree.
I mean, the only reason why I think so is because like, just the overall kind of theme of what originally was My Hero. Like, I don't like when you look at My Hero season one. You know, you had the whole. Well, I mean, obviously it didn't die down from season one. I shouldn't say that. I say.
I'm about to say like the sports festival, like right
Yeah,
after that is when it started getting popping.
Yeah, I would say like after. I would say after the awful one and All My Fight that died. But even then, like I don't even think people even got to that part. Like I don't know.
I would have agreed with you until everybody started talking about Eri, Mirio, and Overhaul.
Yeah,
like those are the three characters. Like when you just said that One Piece hype. I mean, not One Piece. That My Hero hype died down. That's my only retort for you in that sense. Like,
yeah,
bruh, Instagram is littered with pictures of Eri. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for no reason. But I mean, it like honestly, like I kind of like the character of Eri and like how they kind of really like push the focus on Midoriya as an actual hero. You like it kind of like boosted the overall like presence of Midoriya, like because after that Midoriya was basically a hero. I mean, he was already a hero in my eyes after the whole Kanchan. Like once Deku used, what was it, 1,000,000% or 10 or 100 million or whatever it was.
We're talking about against the
muscle.
Against the muscle guy.
Yeah, like after that, Midoriya was a hero. Like he had the note. Even the ending of that season, you know, you had All Might come to his house, talk to his mom, saying, you know, I'm gonna protect your son with my whole entire life.
I mean, the kid said it. The kid, he was like, my hero or something like that, to the effect of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that to me, like really pushed his character, but until that very fight, that really pushed Deku to be like a real hero. Yeah, like after that, it was like okay, you know. But I don't know.
I think 5 more years, man. 5 more years, and My Hero Academia is Naruto levels of popularity. I'm not saying it's going to out. I'm not saying it's going to out. Well, already.
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's above it, but I say it's on the same place. Like in terms of anime, in terms of like how, like I feel as though the brand itself is very out there. Like I feel as though it's like that one common anime that literally everyone knows about. So it's like, you know. It's just
I think it really needs a time skip, bro. Honestly, 5 years and a time skip and My Hero Academia is number one. I'm trying to tell you.
Because
When you think about the way Naruto blew up after Shippuden, it's like that. Honestly, is
yeah, but it left
what it
off
needs.
perfect. Like it didn't just leave off with Naruto and Sasuke fighting at the valley. It had more. You had time. You had a build up basically, and then after that, like the sequence dramatically, like even the intro, you seeing Sasuke, you seeing Naruto chasing and looking at Sasuke, like just a foreshadowing of what was to come later on in the season. Like the way that they really put scenes together really made sense. But as of what's going on in this current day with time skips, we don't need it. We don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Demon Slayer, we don't fucking need it. Fucking Promise Neverland, we definitely don't fucking need it, bro. We don't need it, bro. We don't need it. Time skips for shit.
I think it could work wonders, bro. Like when you look at Naruto Shippuden, like I know more people that have started watching Naruto Shippuden than from original Naruto at this point.
Yeah.
And I think that's just because like it all depends on how you handle the time skip. Like, I haven't finished Demon Slayer or Promise Neverland, so I'm pretty sure they handled the time skip
Oh
terribly.
my gosh. What? You haven't even got to Norman, have you?
I haven't even read the Promise Neverland manga yet.
Oh god. Oh. Well,
I don't understand why this is a surprise. I've been told you that.
damn, shit was fire though.
I'm pretty sure it is, but look, man, all I'm trying to say is that all My Hero needs is a sense of maturity. You know what I'm saying? Just in terms of the characters, like because it worked wonders for Naruto. Naruto became his most popular after the time skip. Dragon Ball became his most popular after a time skip.
Wait, what time skip did Dragon Ball have?
From Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. Like Dragon Ball Z is everybody's favorite Dragon Ball, you know what I'm saying? Even if you have your personal favorites, like you like Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball GT, you know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z is like the one that got everybody into Dragon Ball. So, and that's because of the time skip, because Goku was an adult. Naruto was an adult. Luffy, even though to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
Similar thing, you know what I'm saying? Luffy to a lesser extent, he became older, got, more, I'm saying, grown up-ish, So, like, if we had a teenage Deku, bro, teenage Deku, teenage Bakugo, oh my god, a teenage Todoroki, bro, I can see the fan pages now. You know what I'm saying? You think the Todoroki fangirls are bad enough already? Could you imagine a teenage Todoroki, bro?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like the only thing is like, bro,
A teenage Uraraka, I'm here for it.
you really have to like really see. You have to finish Demon Slayer and you have to finish Promise Neverland to really understand we don't need no time skip, bro. Every time skip we've been hit with is honestly fucking garbage. Like, alright.
But those time skips, but wait, because like those time skips came at the end, right? Like towards the end.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that's not how you supposed to. That's a different kind of time skip. I'm talking the time skips that started entire new series. Basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of like how the story was, if they honestly had the time skip, they could have just made a whole nother series of Demon Slayer. They could have had a whole nother season or a whole nother like saga for, well, not really Promise Neverland. Promise Neverland kind of like, well, no, because the ending itself was kind of just fucking garbage and it just tied everything up. But I don't know.
But who's to say that they won't have a Demon Slayer sequel? Who's to say? It was super successful.
Because I mean, how they ended it off, like they all literally have kids now. They're not doing no fucking Demon Slayer.
I mean, it's It's possible. You know what I'm saying?
I,
Inuyasha, after 20 years or so, even if it's not a sequel, it could just be a reboot, you know? Like, or not a reboot, but
they can't make another. They can't make a
like a
reboot.
separate story. Like Inuyasha, after 15 years, is getting a sequel. Bleach, when it comes back, is been a lot of rumors that that might have a sequel, even though at the end of Bleach, everybody had kids. You know what I'm saying? It's not out of the conversation.
Yeah, but see, alright, it's like okay. You've seen Fully Cooley, right? First season of Fully Cooley, it's super simplistic, but it's complex enough if you're old enough to really like see what's going on. Each interaction, each compact like fight scene or whatever, it originates from feelings from the get. The overflow, right? Um,
It's a dick on your head. That's what it is.
Bro, she literally was saying she was overflowing after my man said that his brother had another girlfriend when he moved to America. But when you go to the second season of Fooly Cooley, overflowing means you're horny. Like, I don't think that
But like, how can you really compare? You know what I mean? Like,
you made
like
something
how?
super simple into something that is even more simpler. I mean, okay, for alright, another degree.
But that's like a horrible, like Fully Cooley. Like they threw that series down the toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so hmm, I mean, you can't really use that for Hunter x Hunter because Hunter x Hunter improved. But what anime came back? Hmm. Let me look this up.
An anime that it's just you're trying to compare sequels. Tokyo Ghoul. You can use Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, but
Tokyo Ghoul.
yeah,
Tokyo Ghoul Re was basically the sequel to Tokyo Ghoul.
yeah, but I like Tokyo Ghoul Re. Like Tokyo Ghoul Re is actually good.
Exactly. Like, what if they made a Demon Slayer Re, yo?
Yeah, but again, they have kids. Like, you would have to really see the ending to really understand that. Like, what else is there? They kind of closed off everything to the point where it's like, I don't like what else is there.
What if the demons never died out
They
and one
haven't.
reappears? What if a kid gets kidnapped, yo?
Oh well, what are
Oh
they gonna do?
man,
I mean, what are they
gotta
gonna
learn how to
do,
breathe again.
bro?
I gotta learn how to
After
breathe.
Muzan dies, you know none of the demons actually die, right?
I mean,
So they could have had a whole thing where, all right, well, there might be demons in other sections of the world. It might be an even more powerful demon. It might be the one true demon above Muzan. We got revelation that demons aren't even demons. They're fucking ill people. Like that's all that is. Like it's, bro,
so
just
they're like infernals from Fire Force, because like in Fire Force,
basically.
like it's just people that get turned into demons, basically.
Basically. Like, it's a cure. Like, Muzan was sick to the point where he needed a cure, and they were experimenting on this one thing, and they used the vaccine on Muzan, and it turned Muzan into a fucking demon, and after that, he just started turning other people into demons. Like, it was just like, okay, cool. Like,
But I'm just throwing ideas out there. Who's to say? I don't even think Demon Slayer should have a sequel, really.
that's why they had a time skip. Shit is garbage, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like the way that they ended it off, there's no point of even making another one. It's
I don't
different
know,
like a
man. I'm
Bleach.
just
Like they can't come back like a Bleach. Like Bleach is different.
I'm just looking for that next shonen. That well, not even shonen, just that next jump. mega hit, you know, that mega smash. I keep sneezing. This shit is annoying.
We got Corona.
That's dead. Corona's a myth, yo. It's a political hoax. It's a it's a it's a it's a trick by the Democrats to not get people to go vote for the election or some stupid shit that they say. Let's not make this a political podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we have, first off, not worth it. Black Butler. It took 2 years for it to have a sequel. Black Butler first season was really good. Second season was fucking garbage. What else? Worth it.
But was the second season
what
anime
was the anime
exclusive?
that you're watching? Give me Gintama.
Gintama.
That's the only one. You know what I'm saying? It took 4 years.
But it all depends. Like, was the sequel anime only? Because like Fooly Cooley, I'm pretty sure the sequels were like filler or like half filler. You know, it wasn't by the original creator, so that's why it got so trash.
It wasn't by the original creator, but they had the same format as the original creator. That's why it's
I mean,
so
but
blah.
I mean,
Six
but not
episodes.
not really though.
Same. I mean, same band, same structure.
But you see how they changed like the core of the story.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
a different.
It's like it doesn't have that same energy. So like things like that come into play. Like for Black Butler, for example, if the second season was trash because the creator wasn't involved.
No, the creator was involved though. That one.
But was it filler? Like, was it manga canon? Like, things like this matter. Like Dragon Ball Super.
Canon.
The reason why Dragon Ball Super is trash is because it's been a mess.
Okay. What the hell?
I don't want to say
Mushi.
Dragon Ball Super is trash, but like
Mushi, Next Passage. It took 9 years. It was worth it. Some anime could take a year and come back. Others may make their fans wait too. If they come back as a 2, it's a miracle. Psychopaths. Season 2 and 3. It took years 1 and 5. It took 5 for the third season, and it took 1 year for the second season. That was good. But the last season, in my opinion, the third season was garbage,
So it can be done. You see, that's all I'm saying is that it can be done.
Yeah, but
a great sequel can happen.
A year for the second season, 5 years for the third season. But again, how it left off originally wasn't bad. Like everything that we've seen that had a hiatus usually had like a bad ending. And I'm not gonna say Demon Slayer had a really bad ending because it really wasn't bad. It was actually like it was kind of going into a really great and perfect direction. But the execution of the ending was garbage. Like if they would have had a little bit more explanation into what was going on, then it would have been a lot better. But no.
Well, I guess I'll start reading Demon Slayer now that I'm all caught up on Dr. Stone. Well, yeah. I just kind of started Jujutsu Kaisen as well, so I can't really. Yeah, we'll see. I got it queued up in my manga reader app, so I'll get to it one of these days.
7 Deadly Sins. It took 3 years for the revival of the Commandment arc, which is the third season. It took 3 years for the third season.
I mean, look at how long it took Bleach to get its war arc animated. Bleach ended in 2014, 2013.
But it ended in trash, did it not?
What,
The
the
anime.
manga?
No, the anime. The
The
anime ended in trash, right? The
it
last
didn't
season.
end. It didn't end in trash. I mean, the Fullbringer arc isn't. Is the Fullbringer arc is definitely the worst arc in the entire series, but it wasn't necessarily trash. It just kind of got canceled. So
Trash.
it's like, I mean, it's
It was trash.
like it's a different type of trash than Demon Slayer's ending, which has been premeditated and planned out, and it's just trash. Bleach's ending was forced, both in the anime and the manga. So it's like it's kind of different.
Yeah.
But even that, it's been 5 years at least since the Bleach anime, and that's getting a sequel. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's not a sequel, a continuation. So who's to say that 5 years from now we won't get re Demon Slayer Shippuden,
Yeah.
Demon Slayer Super.
It would be garbage. Like, what else would they do?
And I don't want to keep harping on Demon Slayer because it could be like any series, really. Any series that's ended. Honestly, I might get into Haikyuu now that it's about to end. That's been on my list for the longest time. I just keep putting it off because, spoiler alert, not really the biggest sports anime fan.
I mean, to be honest, if they ended an anime, they shouldn't bring it back. To be honest, they just leave it where it is. To be honest, I mean, Bleach is different because of the manga. Like, I feel like the manga, it kind of like had a opportunity to kind of gather its fans back. So the manga kind of, helped make it come back. But
I feel like Bleach deserves a better ending anyway. Like that's always been kind of like the consensus amongst the people is because it got even the manga got canceled. The ending was super rushed because they canceled the series. So with the anime coming back, it gives it an opportunity to like redo the ending really and make it so much better.
yeah, honestly, if they just ended Bleach at the Ichigo and uh what you call it fight, I wouldn't be mad. I kind of would have been
The
satisfied.
Aizen fight.
I would have been fine with that, to be honest.
Nah, bro. I mean, I said that at first until I read that Thousand Year Blood War arc. That shit is amazing. The ending was trash. Yes, I will say that, but that's because of means beyond our control. Everything else leading up until that point, though, oh man, incredible.
You think so?
Best start. No, I ain't gonna say that. It's not better than the Aizen arc, but it's definitely like it's my second favorite arc in Bleach. Yeah. If I had to rank the arcs in Bleach, it would be the battle with Aizen. So I'm taking Fate Katakura Town and Waco Mundo. All of that is all one arc for me. Then I'm pitting the Blood War arc. Then I'm pitting the first arc, the whole rescue Rukia thing, the battle against Byakuya. Then at the far, far, far bottom, I'm pitting that Fullbringer arc because that shit was garbage. So yeah, second favorite arc.
I don't think I have a favorite arc, to be honest.
And the only reason why I'm pitting the Aizen arc at the top is because I'm including Aizen and all the Espada in that. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I mean,
Other than that, I'll put the war above. Other than that, I'll put the war above that just because I like the Stern Ritters so much. I like the Stern Ritters better than the Espada because there's just so many. There was only 12 Espada. There's like so many more Stern Ritters. But that's
Yeah.
just me.
I mean, hmm. Yeah. I mean, hmm. Which arc was the which arc is the well that it was the assault arc, is it?
Name a person. Name something,
I guess the
somebody.
assault arc. 'Cause that's right before uh the Rancor arc. I guess that would be my favorite, the assault arc where Ichigo is training to learn his hollow power.
Um, when he was learning how to use his Bankai, right?
No, his hollow power to use the mask.
Oh, when he was training with the Vizards.
Would that be the assault arc or the? It wouldn't be the bomb arc.
That was that was in the lead up to that was in the lead up to Ichigo versus Ukiura. Yeah, that was after Orihime got kidnapped.
So, so would it be considered the Rancor arc? No, right?
I mean it's part of like this is what I was talking about where I said like Waco Mundo and all of that is all in one because that's really part of Waco Mundo, like that first half of the Aizen arc where it was just all about getting Orihime back.
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah.
all like really just part of the whole Aizen thing, really.
Mm. Honestly, I might have to go back and well, no, I'm never gonna honestly go back and watch Bleach because Bleach is too much. Kind
Bleach
of
is
weird.
great. I can't wait for it to come back next year.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Bleach is great for what it is, but I can't see myself really getting into it
For
again.
somebody that likes demons as much as you do, I'm surprised that Bleach isn't really like
How?
one of
How
your
do I like
all-time
demons?
favorites.
You know I don't like Inuyasha, right?
I
For
mean,
the
I mean,
exact reason of demons.
But Inuyasha isn't so much about demons as it is just a love story. Like that's different. I'm talking Tokyo Ghoul, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, um, Seven Deadly Sins. It's all kind of like the same. You got demons and possessions and shit like that. Bleach kind of falls in that same kind of bracket stylistically.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying this. I'm just saying that it's surprising that you haven't really jumped on the Bleach wave as hard as I did.
Yeah, because I love Bleach for what it was back in what 2015, 2014 when I rewatched it again, but it's been so long since I watched it. It's like after watching the last season, I never really like after that I couldn't get into it. I
Yeah, I definitely don't blame you for that because that's where I stopped too. You know, after they killed Aizen, like I watched maybe 10 episodes and then I was like, all right, I'm done.
yeah, like I don't know. I just couldn't.
That was
But
when I started reading the manga.
it made me feel like I'm watching Beyblade. Like it's not even like the story that I was watching. I don't know what this is.
I mean, I feel you. Um, on that note, I mean, I guess
Yeah, One Piece, Black
looking
Clover.
forward
Yep.
to the new. I think Dragon Ball Super and Boruto. Is it next week? Was it the 12th plus 7? Yeah, so next weekend is when they drop. So
Big
that
facts.
podcast gonna be lit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't really put this much thought into it before I came on here about like a series to put people onto. So I'm gonna just go with the most hype beast answer that everybody is talking about right now, and that's God of High School. Shout out to God of High School. Never read the manga, and this is actually my first like exposure to the series. Is it premiering as an anime right now? So if anybody's out there that hasn't seen the first episode yet, or the first couple of episodes, depending on when you're watching this or listening to this, go watch God of High School. It's probably one of the greatest anime to come out this year. It's amazing, and that's really all I got. I mean, well, it's to be honest, there hasn't really been many anime to come out this year. Maybe God of High School, Tower of God, Digimon. That's all I can really think of.
I didn't even watch Digimon.
Me neither. I was never a Digimon guy. Pokemon for life.
It was always Digimon. Digimon over Pokemon, but I don't think I'm ever gonna like watch the new Digimon. Like the new Digimons are all garbage. I don't know if it's maybe because I just got older or what, but I can't get into it at all. So,
well, I think the new Digimon is a reboot of the old one. It's a remake, I think.
yeah, that's definitely going to not end well for me because I'm just going to reject it.
Well, you got Geekdom doing reviews online since Dragon Ball Super is over.
But I mean, I don't know.
So
I still gotta watch the Tower of God, to be honest. Cause
I did too. I saw a couple episodes.
That's I haven't seen a single episode, to be honest. And I read the manga and I finished it, but I can't even get into the anime for some reason.
The animation is amazing. Yo, honestly, speaking of animation, I can't wait for Burn the Witch, bro. I feel like I say this every fucking podcast, but that is the anime that I'm most looking forward to come out this year. Hopefully, COVID didn't completely ruin the drop date for it. They don't have to push it back or anything. But like late summer, fall, that's when Burn the Witch is supposed to start, and I'm so fucking excited, bro. So excited. Well, no, not. Is it that? No, I think the anime and the manga come out at the same time, so never mind. Forget what I was about to say. Can't wait, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I'm waiting for right now. Like, I'm kind of like drained of all anime, to be honest with you.
You got that. I could never stop.
I mean, it's not that I'm stopping or anything. Like, I just can't. I don't know. Like, right now, I'm kind of watching, like, just different anime in general.
I'm going harder than ever before. Like I said, I'm reading Jujutsu Kaisen and JoJo's Part 8 and Black Clover, My Hero, all that stuff on a weekly basis. In terms of anime, I'm watching Gintama and Code Geass. In the background somewhere is Hunter x Hunter. I'll get back to that, whenever. Food Wars, I have to finish the last 3 seasons for.
Man, I haven't even gotten to Food Wars. Yo, people have been telling me about it and I just can't get into it.
It's honestly lit, bro. But that's just because I like shows like MasterChef and like cooking competitions and stuff like that. Like, that's the only reason why I'm really into it.
Yeah, nah.
It's like anime MasterChef.
Yeah, nah, I can't. I'll get hungry and then. Nah, straight.
I know Fire Force Season 2 is out right now, so I'm going to have to catch up on that at some point. Boruto and One Piece just came back. I don't know if you saw the recent episode from One Piece yet, but I haven't either. It's okay.
Nah, honestly, I might not even watch One Piece. I might just like read the anime so I can finish.
I just want to see whenever they get to obviously like the final battle and all that, just because the animation is just amazing.
Yeah. I'll wait until it's like all finished and I'll just go into it.
Well, shit, that might be for like another 15 years, my friend.
Man, dedication, I might do that for all anime, to be honest. I might do it for Dragon Ball Super, definitely.
I know. Well, Dragon Ball Super is never coming back, so you don't gotta worry about that. But I know Boruto, the Kara arc is supposed to start
Yeah, I
next
heard.
week.
Yeah, I heard.
Next week, I think. So that's about to finally get lit.
I was like,
What else? Am I missing anything that's current events? Attack on Titan season 4. It's not out yet, but it's
I'm,
supposed to come out soon.
I'm, I'm done with Attack on Titans.
Well, there you go. There you go.
I mean, for all those words, I was into Attack on Titans for a while. Right now,
I still haven't started it yet, but I will say this. Whoever that girl is that I keep seeing with the black hair, I think is Mikasa. Mikasa. I think that's what it is. Whoever it is, the girl that's supposed to be like Aaron's girlfriend or something.
Aaron's sister.
Oh, well, whoever she is bae. She is waifu. I haven't even watched the series yet, and I can already tell she is waifu.
Okay, I guess.
It's just the outsider's perspective, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand her being bae. I mean, it's weird because she's Sasuke, so I guess, you know.
Man, a girl version of Sasuke, that's the last thing I needed.
She's basically Sasuke. She's Sasuke with a heart, I'll say that.
All right, well, I mean, I know you're not really watching that many series right now, but do you have any recommendations for the people? Could be anything.
To be honest,
It could be Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like, no, that's not an anime.
no. There is an anime. I have to remember what the name of it is. I forgot how to spell it too. D-A-G. I'm sure. Oh, here it is. Damn. What the hell? Danganronpa?
I heard of it.
Danganronpa. 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 That's the anime that I was watching yesterday. I literally just got into it.
Danganronpa.
I guess.
Okay.
High key is fire. It was a video game, but it's like Clue, you know, but a lot more better.
I heard about this for the longest time, but yeah, just never got into it.
Are you serious?
Oh, speaking of games, I mean, well, yeah, I heard of it. I just never watched it. I mean, but Sword Art Online is supposed to have its final arc pretty soon.
Man,
too.
fuck that game. Yo, you wanna? I'm surprised I didn't mention that during that whole thing. Sword Art Online first season is the greatest anime on the face of the earth, and the second season is fucking garbage, yo. Like, yo.
Rant incoming.
What the hell? Bro, it starts off so badass. Like, first of all, you're just like understanding that they're in the world of a video game, and if they die in the video game, they die in real life, and it's a VR game, so you know they have to survive and everything like that, and just beat the game itself. But then beat the game, and then you go and become a fairy, pixies, and then you in the same situation before. Are you serious, bro? Fuck that. Fuck that, brother. That shit
Well, I'm
honestly pissed
glad.
me off.
Well, I'm glad I never got started with Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I mean, the first
Thanks for the
season
warning.
is the greatest anime you'll ever watch. I guarantee you. But once you get into the second season, yo, let's turn the shit off. Let's just turn it off, yo. That's right. That, like, I was so just, I was sad. I couldn't even watch it, bro. Like, of course, I finished it for what it was. Like, it was insanely perfect for me. But I couldn't. It has a huge letdown. I can't. And then Gun Gale Online, and oh my gosh, bro! Like the sequels are better than than the actual second season. Like it doesn't even make sense, bro.
Well, there's your there's your Sword Art Online rant from Scott. You know what I'm saying?
That shit is garbage.
I don't really have nothing to add there. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't started the series, but I will say this. Haven't started Vinland Saga yet either. But bro, if you want a series to watch, Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga.
Vinland, like
Vinland,
like Finland, but with a V.
Vinland.
I'm only saying that because it's a seinen, and you love those adult skewed animes. You know.
What do you mean? The adults skewed.
Like most of I'm gonna be most of the anime that you put me onto within like the past 5 to 10 years have all been seinen, really. Like Tokyo Ghoul is like seinen is like it's like shonen, but if it was not for young boys and teenagers, you know, like it's meant for adults. It's meant to be more psychological or I guess brutal or something like that.
You
made
me seem so like just impure.
Nah, I'm just saying that you like seinen series. Like Tokyo Ghoul is a seinen. Parasite and Algies, even though Algies hasn't been serialized in a magazine, that's pretty much like a seinen. It's just in style.
Oh, like so you're talking about like this gore and like this M-rated?
Nah, like it's hard to describe. Let me look up the definition for seinen. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your style. That's your style of anime.
I mean, before you said anything with action in it, I would just cling to. So you're saying you're gonna retract that statement?
I mean, well, that's still true, but that's like a very generic. That's like a very generic thing because like who doesn't love action series? You know what I mean? Like that's true for myself as well. Like that's not something that's unique to you per se. That's just like who doesn't love action series? But all right, seinen manga are manga marketed towards young adult men. Seinen manga are distinguished from shonen manga, which are for younger teen boys. Although some seinen manga, like XX Holic, share similarities with shonen manga. Seinen manga can focus on action, politics, science fiction, fantasy, relationships, sports, or comedy. Examples of seinen manga include, and again, this is a bunch of shit that you put me onto: 20th Century Boys, Berserk, XL Saga, Ghost in the Shell, Hellsing, Initial D, Mushi Mushi, Oh My Goddess, One Punch Man is a seinen. I didn't know that. Outlaw Star.
Guess that. The humor is kind of inappropriate.
Outlaw Star, Tokyo Ghoul, Trigun.
Outlaw Star is something I have to watch, by the way.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure started out as a shonen and became a seinen. I didn't know that either. It's lit.
They didn't even have Death Note on there, so I don't know, man.
Well, nah, Death Note is definitely like, that's Shonen Jump through and through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but just the category, though. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still like again, it said politics in there somewhere. So, like, just that's real psychological stuff. You really like that. Like that's your lane. That's your anime lane.
yeah, yeah, I guess. You know, I don't know. This anime that I'm watching now is super fire, so you feel me? I'm hyped. He's gonna finish the fuck out of that, no cap, eventually.
Yeah, I'm almost finished Code Geass. I'm in the middle of the second season. Bro, if you ever watch Code Geass, which you need to because you're such a huge Death Note fan. If you ever watch Code Geass, the first season is great, right? But the second season, ooh, the second season is everything that a second season should be, bro. It makes the anime just twice as better. Like it's lit. So if it's anything that I tell you to watch because you've been telling me to watch a lot of shit, is you got Vinland Saga and Code Geass. That's your homework for the night. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if like Code Geass is like something super similar to like all right, what is Code Geass even about?
So it's definitely similar to Death Note in the sense that the main character, and I'm gonna keep this as spoiler free as possible. The main character gets this absolute superpower that basically makes him like a god, and his whole thing is to not get discovered. You know what I'm saying? So his name is Lelouch. Lelouch Lamperouge is the son of the king of Britannia, which is this huge crazy country that they live in. And the king is super corrupt, and he's all about war, and he's basically racist against Japanese people. So Lelouch wants to overthrow the king. He gets this power, the power of Geass, which is he can command anybody to do anything that he wants to. It's no type of limits to the power. It can be on anybody. The only rules is that it has to be direct eye contact, and you can only do it on a specific person one time. You can't do it twice on the same person. So
It
just
sounds
with
like
that
Code
power,
in general.
yeah, pretty much. And with that power, it's just from there, it's just the whole story of he doesn't want people to know that he's low key the prince. He doesn't he obviously doesn't want to be found out by the government that he's going to overthrow them. And it's this whole thing of him being in school and hiding his identity. He's even hiding his identity from the people that he's working with because he low key just came in and just took control of this liberation force. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. The reason why it's a lot like Death Note, not just is because Geass is a lot like the Death Note. I mean, Geass is there's different versions of Geass. Like you got one person that can stop time, one person that can read minds, but just the fact that power essentially makes you like a godlike being is similar to that. And also because Lelouch, the main character, is a lot like Light Yagami. Just, I mean, again, as spoiler free as possible, he basically becomes the villain as the story progresses.
Okay. I'll
It's
maybe
lit.
get into it.
I mean, it's only 2 seasons, 25 episodes a piece. That's like 50 episodes, you know?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of movies and ovas and stuff that you could watch too, but honestly, that stuff is irrelevant.
Yeah, I feel
So,
I gotta get back into anime too. I've been slacking on.
you know what I'm saying? Keep it on your list, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, bro. I think we're done.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever introduced the podcast, so let's outroduce the podcast. This has been the Untitled Podcast. Charizma, Six Scott. Subscribe, like, comment, all that. Share the video, you know what I'm saying? And every JoJo's opening ranked from worst to best is coming soon. You already know.
Yeah, and
So
Black Clover review is coming soon. Maybe What, Tuesday? Most likely.
Look out for it. And on that note, I'm out. Well, we out.